Well, this is what we have going on today. We've got the 900 out of the shop, and Tim just pulled the C500 in here. The fan blower motor kind of quit working on it, and he went after a new fan for it. Jared's just getting around to getting his tires on. We'll talk about this mess here another day. But we have the have a couple of tractors in this other part of the shop here. We're doing an oil change. Actually, the oil's already changed on this. We're going to run around it quick, make sure Nate got everything greased on it, and we're doing an oil change on the 7710. And Wyatt's running around the mixer wagon with a grease gun right now. So we're going to go ahead and vacuum the cab out. And we're going to use this brand new Milwaukee vacuum cleaner. This is a cordless vacuum cleaner. Looks like a toolbox. And I bought this yesterday at Home Depot. It was on sale for $99, marked down from 129 bucks. It's an 18-volt vacuum cleaner. You can use anywhere from the 3-amp battery up to the 12-amp. It'll take quite a battery here. And it's a self-contained unit. It's got a couple of different attachments for the vacuum cleaner hose here, and this seems like to be quite a long hose on it. It wraps up very nicely here. It is a wet dry vac, and it'll also work as a blower. You can switch the hose from vacuum to blowing just by attaching it like any other vacuum cleaner. Now, particularly what I bought this for is to like vacuum the combine out and the chopper, stuff like that. We have a long hose on our wet dry vac, but it seems like you're kind of working at the limit of the two 10 or 12 foot hoses that are on there. So we're gonna go ahead and we're just gonna jump up in there. We're gonna see how well it does. Vacuuming all of the dried up haylage and corn silage that's on the floor here. We'll clean that up quick. We'll see how it does, and then we'll continue servicing the mixer wagon and getting this tractor done with here. Well, I gotta say, this unit here worked pretty good. Now, I started out with a full charge on the 5-amp hour battery here. We'll see what's left to it. And I used half of a charge on that 5-amp hour battery. But I had it probably running a little longer than what it would normally take, and the cab was quite dirty in there. So this just kind of all stacks back on itself here. Flip the top back down, and you just take this with you. And then to get into the actual compartment of it, you just take the bottom, unclip it from the top, and then that is the bottom canister there, and then you just dump that into a trash can or what have you. It's got a regular filter on there, and I believe you can get like a finer filter to go around that one, like for doing inside work or whatever. So we're gonna go ahead and clean that up a little bit, and I thought this was gonna be kind of a novelty item, you know, just kind of one of them things that didn't work all that great, but it is what it is. But you know, it works pretty good. This didn't come with a battery or anything. It came just how it is here. And again, it was $99 at Home Depot. I think Northern Tools has them for sale at that price as well. We've got a ton of 18-volt Milwaukee tools, so we have a ton of batteries kicking around anyways. We've got impacts, grease guns, drills. What else do we have? Circular saw, Sawzall. There must be a couple other things. Huh? Yeah, that's right. So we've got a pile of batteries. So we're gonna continue with this oil change here. All right, all we have left to do on this tractor is do something with this steering arm on top of the spindle / knee. I'll set the camera up and I'll show you how much wander there is between this steering arm before the actual wheel turns. So we'll show you what that's all about, and then we'll start pulling this apart. We've been in here quite a few years ago to try to tighten that up. We had the same problem on the 7810 outside of replacing this. Well, it's a spindle that slides up through this tube here, and it's got tapered splines on it, almost like a 540 PTO shaft, and this is supposed to sit down on there and give you your steering. So we'll show you what this looks like when we get wiggle on this wheel.
Good.
All right, as you can see, the splines they don't begin to be much anyways, but the combination of the spindle and the steering arm being wore out, that's where we're getting all the slop from. So we're gonna clean this up, get all the grimy, oily crap out of there, and then we're gonna go to town here, fixing, welding, cutting. How'd your race car seat turn out?
Good. Fits perfect.
Fits perfect?
Yep.
Yeah? Got them broad shoulders, will fit in there, right?
Oh yeah. I fit in there.
Yeah,
tight still, but
yeah, that's good. All right, we're gonna go to fixing here. All right, here is what we're gonna try and do. I'm gonna cut little pieces of steel, and I'm gonna try wedging them down in the steering arm to take up these little gaps here, and then we'll kind of pound that all together and wedge it, and then we'll weld this steering arm to the spindle itself. Now, both of these pieces are junk anyways, so it's not going to matter if we screw them up because they're already junk. So that's what we're going to do. I've got some 1/8" steel. We don't need a lot. You know, we don't need anything too awful thick. And we'll just cut little slivers and we'll wedge that down in there. Alright, so we've got 4 little pieces here. We're going to try to wedge in there somehow, some way. Alright, we've got that pounded down into place. We ended up cleaning it up with the grinder. I was able to get some wedges in there to take up the place of where those splines were wore off. Now we're just going to put a real thick bead of weld around the outside here. And we'll get another few thousand hours out of this. Now when it comes time to replace this, we'll have to grind the weld off, drop the knee out, and we'll have to replace both the steering arm and the spindle because the splines are just they're wore out. So let's go ahead and get this welded up here. Alright, she should be good as gold now. That'll keep her from wobbling. Again, this is only temporary. We probably should get some new parts here. But that steering arm is probably $600 or $700. Just this top part here. And that knee is probably all of $1,200 or something. I'm just shooting from the hip on those numbers, but probably a couple $1,000 just to fix that. So it is what it is. This piece is shot anyways, so we just welded her fast right to the spindle. So let's get on to the next problem here now. Jared's working on getting his tires on, and Tim's having a little trouble with the blower motor and the C5. Here's the old one here. It doesn't even turn, and I think it burned up the either burned up a relay or it burned up the resistor. So we'll get this out and get the next item in here. Alright, we got these two tractors in the shop. And we're going to change thermostats on both of them because they're not building any heat. So the boys just got done changing oil on the 7720. We pulled this off the mixer wagon. And the 7200 is on there now. And both of these tractors, they do not build any heat. So the thermostats must be stuck open. So Jared, he's still working on getting tires on the freight shaker here. What else you working on here, Jared?
Thermostats.
Thermostats on this too. It's the theme of the day.
Yeah, I don't know.
Thermostats.
I don't know when the last time we got new coolant in it either, so.
So he's putting new coolant in, and as long as you're doing that,
You needed a block heater,
then you got the block heater open or here. Where's that one going? The oil cooler?
Yeah, it goes in the oil cooler. That's why I didn't know if I should call it a block heater. But,
No.
you know, it's in the oil cooler right here.
Yeah. Yeah. So, how you making out, Tim? Got your heater problem figured out, huh?
To the most part.
Yeah. It
Got heat now.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
The motor was set up.
Yeah, definitely.
Then the motor ended up screwing up the relay.
Yep.
And then in turn that screwed up the resistor, which we have to dig into. Did you pick up a resistor today?
Yeah, yeah. It's on the seat. I'll put it in the glove box. If we
Alright,
get to it
well,
someday, we'll get
put
to
it in sometime.
It's
So,
a project. I know you cut the floor out already, so we could probably get that center section out a little easier.
Yeah.
You had.
Yeah.
That's why you did that.
Yeah, I cut the rubber piece off
Yeah,
the
because it
floor.
was all like this anyway.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, we ended up putting a resistor in the C500 last year, and it was just a mongrel. So we've got to change that resistor. And what the resistor does is it allows the fan to run in low speed. So right now it's only got to run in high. Let's get these thermostats in this one. We need this tractor to go back on the spreader so that we can clean out from underneath the barns. And then I don't really have to worry about this one right now, but we're gonna get after this one here quickly.